questions after we're done with all the speakers? Stick around.
Oh, great. Our next speaker is going to be Micheline. Miglis. So from Scott Valley Unified School District, she's superintendent. I yield the floor to you.
Thank you so much. I'm Micheline Miglis. I'm the superintendent, proud and honored superintendent of the Scott Valley Unified School District. And the principals and I tried to narrow down our highlights. It was very difficult, so I'm going to give you a very brief, I'm going to share very briefly all the accomplishments happening in our schools. Before I do so, by a show of hands, how many of you attended Scott Valley schools at one point of time or another? Okay, wow. And how many of you have children or grandchildren or family members in our schools at some point in time, before or now? Great. I have the easy job because I don't have to, I don't get to do the work as a teacher anymore or as a paraprofessional, as a support staff member, or as a principal, but I get to work with the finest group of professionals, I believe, in the North State, if not the entire state of California. At Etna High School and Scott River High School, both schools this year are focusing much more rigorously on rewarding students for their attendance, for being in school more than 90% of the time. And the principal and staff have a club called the 90% Club. Scott River High School students have 13 out of the 17 current students who are still members of this club now into the middle toward the late month of into October. This is a drastic change from last year, huge improvement as we track the data. Rewards have included donuts, trips to Dottie's, and other tangibles that they have an interest in receiving. The second annual Color Walk and Run for Pediatric Cancer Awareness was organized by the Associated Student Body, and it was a huge success with several local businesses painting the town of Etna gold. You might have seen that in and around Etna. It's very exciting. And our high school was awarded $25,000 from the Ford Family Foundation toward the resurfacing of our pickleball and tennis courts. Yes. At Etna Elementary School, we are focusing on increasing student literacy with a particular reading program. The acronym is SIPS. Suffice to say that it is a very intentional formulated program that's driven by the science of literacy to assist our students in reading on grade level and advancing them as well. And from having 68% test in the top 5 levels of this program in November 2023, around this time of year, to having 82% in the top 5 levels by the end of March 2024 will be the goal, because the entire academic staff contributed to student growth. And what's really remarkable about this is that everyone, including support staff, are working with our students. So just to clarify, they grew from 68% in the top levels from November 2023 to 82% by the end of March 2024. Yes, lots more literacy and readers, working on independent thinkers for their future and our community members someday. At Etna Elementary School, the team there is cultivating a positive learning environment for all students and staff by planning engaging activities, embracing a culture of accountability, and involving them in decision-making where appropriate. We're starting younger in our early years. And Etna Elementary School is 3rd through 5th grade. 3rd through 5th grade. We used to have the TK kindergarten through the 5th grade in 2 elementary schools, but we conducted and completed some reconfiguration. So Etna Elementary School is now 3rd through 5th grade. From the kitchen staff and maintenance to teachers and paraprofessionals, every staff member on the campus engages and interacts with students to provide multiple layers of support inside and outside the classroom. Fort Jones Elementary School is preschool, transitional kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade. And the staff there continues to create activities and events that unite the students and the community. Some of these activities are our meet and greet with our community partners, setting up booths for families, our firemen, fire personnel breakfast, our annual jogathon with local support, and our yearly trunk or treat around the track, which is this month on Halloween. We also have our annual PTO-sponsored Veterans Luncheon and Performance in November coming up. The staff has been working hard over the last several years to focus on helping students build a strong foundation in literacy as well as Etna Elementary School. They have been working with mentors to develop additional skills in beginning phonics and decoding. The time and effort the staff has spent has translated into successful academic growth for the students. The growth achieved last year by many of our first and second grade students was remarkable. And finally, for Fort Jones Elementary, the after-school program staff has been working hard to create diverse range of enrichment opportunities. Some of our students stay in school until 5:30, 6 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday, through the after-school program. From chess to story time plus, and from art to PE games, there's something for every student's interest and passion. Finally, Scott Valley Junior High School, continued support for literacy there as well, across grades and classes. And we also have this embedded into enrichment for extra time for our students to shore up their literacy and then also to develop higher level reading skills for those that are reading close to or on grade level. Additional support is available for mathematics. Our 7th and 8th grade are volleyball champions. So we're super excited and proud about that. We have collaboration between the teachers to align in their teaching methodologies and practices for greater coherence for our students as they move through the classes. And we are gearing up for pumpkin carving, music contest, Red Ribbon Week, and finally the Halloween dance this week. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So the Resource Center is very aware of all of the fantastic work that the school district's doing. And so in the next few weeks, we are going to be offering just another avenue for the kids to come in and do maybe arts and crafts project that they have for school. So in the next couple of weeks, Mondays and Wednesdays, we're going to be extending our hours from 3:30 to 5:30. So if there's something that a child needs help with in a more less active environment, they can contact the center. Maybe they're working on a mission project. Maybe they have something that they just need some one-on-one, hands-on things that they need. So we're going to be offering that to the students. And then we're working with a current grant, and I'll be posting this at the library, and I'll give you a copy before you leave. But it's about youth and their mental health journey. So it's a app where young children can get some mental health. Maybe they can't talk to a parent or someone at the school. So there's a QR code, and they can talk to someone about coaching, a professional coach, using interactive tools to de-stress or explore quizzes, videos, forums, and more. And then a parenting coaching help. So we'll be getting that information out to the school and to the library because that's where a lot of the kids will be. But you can also find it on our back table if you want to take one for a friend or family member. And it's in Spanish too. So our next speaker is Larry Alexander. He's the director of the Northern California Resource Center. And Larry, come on up and tell us what you got going.
Well, thank you for the invite, and really appreciate everything that Focus is doing and trying to do. It sounds really exciting. So I was born and raised in Scott Valley, and went to high school here, the old Fort Jones High School, way back when. Went away to college. Went on a 2-year job in corporate world, and traveled all over the world, did all that sort of thing. And then in the late 80s, I moved back here to Scott Valley and dusted off my degree. I'm a biologist, hydrologist, and I've had many years of wildfire experience and prevention. And so we now have the REC that's owned by Northern California Resource Center, and I'll try to weave it all together for you. But Northern California Resource Center is a private nonprofit corporation, and we own the facility, and so the overall property is called the REC Resource and Event Center. And so it houses several things. The resources available are through the Northern California Resource Center, which is our core business, and it's housed there at the REC, our corporate offices. Northern California Resource Center was founded in 1995 here in Siskiyou County, and it began by a collaboration between the Klamath National Forest, STEP, and College of the Siskiyous and ourselves. And as a result of the Pacific Northwest Plan, we started the first and only displaced timber worker retraining program. And it was one of the first programs in the Pacific Northwest at that time. So that started this. And so Northern California Resource Center, really, we do just about anything to do with natural resources, economic development, and arts and humanities. And we employ a full-time staff of about 15 people year-round, and then in the spring, summer, fall, we balloon up to 30 to 40 employees. Seasonal work, wildlife stuff, botany, timber harvest plans, hazardous fuels reduction, that sort of thing. And so just about anything natural resources. So also located at the Resource and Event Center is Relics at the Rec, which is an antique store. And it doesn't have to be antiques. It's anything interesting, curiosities. It's part of our economic development program. It's an all consignment store. And because there's very little places for people to bring in and buy or sell things like that in Siskiyou County. And we try to be very personable, and so that's worked out really well. The second thing that we house at the event center is a state-of-the-art music and film studio that we've had there for a long time. And there we do music recordings, music bands, music individuals, that sort of thing. And then we also do films, we do documentaries, we sponsor film festivals, and try to bring things into the community, more arts related things. As we know, COVID came along and kind of stymied a lot of things, but we've been doing a lot prior to that, so now we're just now starting to reinvigorate our programs. And one of the reasons I'm interested in being here is we all have a lot in common, like we've talked about, and we're really, really big on collaboration and doing things as a community. I remember when I was born and raised here, I really remembered how the sense of community at that time was like. And when I moved back home, I was very grateful for that opportunity and how I was treated. And so we want to get back to that, and we want to get back to community. We'll probably never get it clear back to where it used to be, but back in that direction. And so we, Northern California Resource, we purchased the property we're at, which is right down by the Chevron station, same side of the road, just next door, that big brown building. And we purchased that a little over 15 years ago, and it's been in constant remodel since then. And we've pretty much just completed our last stage, which is a state-of-the-art event center. We have all the latest technology, an LED screen. It's a place for meetings, film festivals. We want to bring in, with the technology now, bring in seminars for education interest for members of the community, and so we can do that. A big LED screen, and it's a space that we can have weddings and that type of thing. Our main mission, our mission statement is very simple. We help people. And the last 25 years, we've been, a big focus has been on fire prevention, fire protection. We write a tremendous amount of grants. We sponsor several fire safe councils in Siskiyou County. And we're continually working in that. One program that's particularly near and dear to our heart is for disabled and elderly folks, helping them do their defensible space, because there's a lot of them own their own homes, fixed incomes. They can't afford to hire it done, or they aren't able to physically do it themselves. So we have a continuing program that we write grants for that provides the funding to do that for these folks. And right now, as of today, we have almost identified 100 disabled and elderly landowners in Scott Valley that need that help. And so we plan on doing a lot more events. Please feel free to come by and introduce yourself and talk to me. I'll give you a tour, and you'll get a better sense of what we're doing. But we're excited about reinvigorating all our programs, and I'm excited about working collaboratively with all the people here in this room today, because we all have a lot of things in common. And like you mentioned earlier, a lot of nonprofit, we're all doing things and we're busy, but there's so much commonality. We can get so much done by working and communicating together, including after school programs or whatever. So, and we're open to ideas. So we'll be having a lot of community meetings and things that are of interest. So, thank you.
And Larry has brought us some pamphlets.
Yeah, brochures. If you want some, just take some. And you're welcome. Any questions? Very good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Before we open the floor up to more questions, I just wanted to let you know a couple things we have going on. Focus is doing their holiday basket. So sign-ups are right now at, could you just share that really fast?
Yeah, the sign-ups for the food baskets, if you know a family that, struggling, they can go and sign up for the food baskets at both libraries in the Valley and at the Scott Valley Resource Center, and then that's through November 2nd, and then Focus will be here at Valley Oaks on the 4th to accept the final sign-ups for that gift, for those food boxes. And there's a chance for people to also request needs for if they need presents under their trees for their kids and everything. We also have a program called Presents Under the Tree that we're launching. So you'll start to see Christmas trees up around with gift tags on them that you can take and buy something for a child and return it to that same Christmas tree, and we'll get them. We'll be Santa. Yeah.
All right, so we'll keep an eye out for those flyers. And then at the Resource Center, we have two workshops starting. One is Diabetes Empowerment Education Program. This one starts Wednesday, and it's a 6-week program. So I put some flyers in the back if you know anybody that needs help with managing their diabetes or getting more information. And then the week after Halloween, we have a Living Long and Well program. It's for our senior aging community. It's a 3-workshop series. Each week, the attendees will get a $10 gas card. And if they attend all 3 sessions, they'll be entered into a drawing for a $100 Amazon gift card. So we have a flyer for that. If you want more information about the Resource Center, you want the phone number, there's some flyers back there on the back table. Does anybody have any questions for any of our speakers today or want more information?
I have one thing, it's not really a question, but I just want to add to you, Leslie, that the library has helped me so much with research projects. And I'm not talking about the online help, I'm talking about the people that work at the library are so helpful. I've had books sent to me from other libraries that I couldn't access. I can find them online, but I don't have a library card for that library. You can call and have materials sent from other libraries. It's just been a really huge help.
Oh, thank you.
Question for Larry.
Yes.
How does a person go about getting signed up or get properties signed up? Now, not for the elderly, they can't do it themselves, but I'm thinking of Callahan in particular, across from our place, it's Forest Service down to private land, and that's the only real way if I could come into Callahan, and it'll rip because it's just nothing but buckbrush. How do you go about talking to someone? Who do you contact and say, could you talk to this person, or do you talk to the person who owns the land first, and then how does it go about?
Primarily, for our part, you could come by our office, talk to me, and we can gather the information. And then we or somebody with the Fire Safety Council or something would go and speak with the individuals, assess their needs, and see what we can do to help them.
Do you work with Forest Service also when there's certain areas you'd say we do with any project?
Yeah, we're as I mentioned, 95 when we started the Common National Forest with one of our collaborators, and we've continued with that relationship, and so we do a lot with Forest Service through grants and agreements, and we try to do projects that border public lands and mesh the prescriptions and that kind of thing, especially in Siskiyou County, like 60-some percent of the land base is public lands, and Scott Valley it's a little bit more than that, and so it's essential that we work together with public lands. But yeah, we have a waiting list of names, and we just work through that. We're continually, like I mentioned, continually writing grants. And sometimes it takes a while to get a grant, and sometimes it doesn't. There's this ebb and flow, as everybody knows. But we've been able to really maintain a good consistency at some level for the last 10 years or so. But yeah, just come by and provide the information, and we can take it from there.
Anyone else have any questions? Or share?
I can share a date.
Share a date.
Third week of June 2025 will be our film festival called Glow Fest, and we've been doing film festivals before COVID for about 6 years, and so COVID came along, we couldn't do gatherings and stuff. So third week of June of 2025, we're going to start up the program again. Annual film festival, 4-day event.
I just had a statement about his state-of-the-art facility. I got a tour, and I just couldn't believe that I was in Siskiyou County. It's fantastic. It's like world-class, Larry. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very
Now we've
impressive.
got to use it.
Yeah.
But yeah, anytime come by and I'll give you the tour, and I'll probably talk your ear off about what we did do.
Alright, so we have some flyers up here at the table from our speakers. We have flyers at the back. Take as many as you'd like. And just wanted to thank all of our speakers for coming today. We really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come share as Focus and the Resource Center builds this calendar and directory of where we can find services here in the Valley. We have so many nonprofits, and sometimes it's hard to figure out where to send someone or where to request these. So we'll be building this directory that hopefully in the next couple months we'll be able to share and encourage anybody you know that has a nonprofit to contact us so we can get you on that directory and let us know what services you provide as a nonprofit so we can share the word and share their services with everybody else.
So we can work together.
Yeah, so we can be collaborative and work together. That's kind of our goal, and that's how this whole series kind of came about, was working in conjunction and having a place where we all could come and share and learn more about all of these services that we do have in Scott Valley, and not rely solely on social media to get your information. All right.
And if you know of any other nonprofits that want to come in and speak or are
Yes.
interested and say, hey, this is a great opportunity.
Did we announce next month's speakers?
No, actually,
Yeah,
we have
next
next month's speakers, so I apologize. So next month's speakers are going to be Michelle Harris, Center of Healthy Communities, Linda Sue Berry from the Scott Valley Grange, Michelle Estrada from Siskiyou Quilters, she's also with Loaves and Fishes, and Cora Branwell of Scott Valley Artist Guild.
Cora's here with us tonight.
Cora! So those will be our 4 speakers next month.
Third Monday of every month.
Third Monday of every
Yeah.
month
Yeah.
at 6 p.m.
And take some cookies home. We're going on vacation.
Take some sweets. Take some
Yeah,
sweets.
we've got a bunch of.
All right.
good
Thank you very
stuff.
much.